Now again, we've got the lock ring up towards the top of the thread. We're going to go ahead and install the lock and load bushing. Drop that in. We're skipping one station for the powder measure. Go ahead, raise the cartridge case up into the seater die. And if you'll remember the die section of the video, the die body, the height of the die body controls the alignment sleeve and the crimp. The seating stem adjustment controls the depth that the bullet will be seated. So the first thing to do is back the seating stem off to where it's just held in by a thread or so. Then lower the die body until you feel the alignment sleeve contact the mouth of the case. And we're just going to leave it touching the case mouth for now. The next thing we're going to do is lower the ram partially without indexing it and insert a bullet on top of the case mouth into the alignment sleeve. And we're going to raise that. Next thing we're going to do is lower the seating stem adjustment until we feel it touch. Slightly raise the ram and continue to lower it until we reach the proper seating depth. Now we're going to go ahead, so we've got the cartridge properly adjusted for a template. We're going to back the seating stem adjustment off. We're going to go ahead and raise the cartridge. We're going to lower the die body, which is just touching the case mouth, about a quarter turn. And what that's going to do, the alignment sleeve crimp is going to take any of the flare that we put on the case mouth at the expander die station. The alignment sleeve is going to fold that flare back in and give a nice smooth finish to the case mouth so it'll function flawlessly. And finally, we're going to go ahead and lower the seating adjustment down to touch the bullet, tighten the tension nut, snug everything up, go ahead and lock the lock ring, which will lock the die into the bushing. The ejector wire kicks it out nicely. And now we're going to come back and set the powder measure. So we'll set this cartridge off to the side. Take the powder measure. We'll go ahead and back this off a little ways. Set it into this station. And I like to set the powder measure so that the adjustment, the metering adjustment knob is back and facing the user. Makes it easy to access and easy to change. The first thing to do on the powder measure setup is to take a cartridge case, and this is without powder in the powder measure. We're going to raise the cartridge case up, and you can see that when the cartridge case is in, raised up, that the powder measure has not gone through its complete range of motion. That means we're going to need to lower the powder measure so that the cartridge case lifts on the bushing that we looked at earlier, raises the powder measure a bit higher to take the rotor through its full range of motion. So what we're going to do to achieve that, lower the case back out, set it back here. Now the powder measure needed to be lower, so that means that the lock ring and the die bushing need to be a little bit higher. So we're going to go ahead and raise them up, drop them back in the press, raise the cartridge case up into them again, and that is just what we're after. You can see the metering insert has traveled clear to the top of the slot all the way to the end of its travel. You can test that by lifting up on the powder measure. If it won't move, you're there. So that means the cartridge case is taking it through the complete range of motion. The case activated portion of the powder measure is now adjusted properly. We're going to go ahead, lock down the lock ring, so that adjustment's behind us. The next thing to do, and we're not going to cover it in this video, but is to go ahead and put powder in the powder measure and adjust the metering insert to throw the proper charge. So we'll go back and take a number of cartridge cases through the entire process to show how it works. The first size and deprime, reprime, put the next cartridge case in, size and deprime, reprime on the downstroke, the next cartridge case in. I'm going to be sizing and depriming that cartridge case, repriming at this station. After this station, that cartridge case is going to get the mouth expanded on the expander die. And the third one is going to be actuating the powder measure to drop a charge. Reprime, and then in addition to putting the next cartridge case in, at this point we need to set a bullet over this case mouth as it comes up into the cedar die. Reprime, new cartridge case, bullet, that's all there is to it.